Incredible afternoon. Incredible afternoon. Hope you guys are able to hear me. I should have done this. Should have started a little while ago. Even is now in front of my window, pressure washing. So it might be a little noisy. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that because he is in front of the window. All right, just give me a second. I just need to share this out real quick. How are you guys doing on this good old Saturday? What are your plans for today? All right, I see you guys coming on in. All right, all right. Can you guys? Oh, let's see. Hold on. Let me see. Someone said, "Oh, they can." No, it's showing that sounds going out. She said she can't hear me, but oh, you can't hear it. Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute now. Ooh, hello from snowy and cold Kentucky. Oh wow, attending class. I know that's right. Okay. What was I doing? Okay, perfect. That is what it needs to be on. All right, cool beans. Let me just switch back real quick. All right. And then also let me go ahead and share this out. All right, just give me 2 seconds to hit the share button. Okay, and all right. Okay, there we go. All shared out. Make sure that you guys hit share as well. If you know that you can share it to a group, go ahead and hit share. All right. Hello, everybody. Incredible afternoon. I was actually no, I said afternoon. It's still morning here. I am way ahead of myself. It's only 11:34 here in sunny South Florida. So incredible morning. I think I said afternoon. I think I'm already pumped up and ready for this afternoon because it is going to be epic. All right, y'all. Ooh, before I get into that, let me go ahead and reintroduce myself. My name is Hope. H to the go. But I am Shakia, the professor, and something is in my eyeball. Jesus, it would fly in there right as I'm going live. Lord have mercy. But I am Shakia, the professor of Silaholics Anonymous. Honestly speaking, 365 Creative Academy, formerly known as Silaholics Anonymous Academy. Um, and we are the owners of the product line, Honestly Speaking, or HS Sync 365. We have amazing products. Our sublimation paper is game changer. It's game changing. It allows you to sublimate as low as 365 degrees on a lot of presses, even the easy press. I've actually gone down as low as 350 on like the original easy press, or had someone go down and I put mine at 350 to mimic that. We've even subbed some things with our paper at 312 degrees. That really is unheard of, and that's not the norm and not the traditional way that people would sublimate. But with our paper and the quick release on it, you can sublimate at much lower temperatures and in a lot faster time, faster than 1 minute. Now, 1 minute in retrospect may not seem very long, but when you have a bunch of stuff to do, man, shaving off 30 seconds is a world of difference. And then you shave off even more time because you don't have to put butcher paper on most substrates because the paper itself does not bleed through the back. So definitely check out our website, shop.hsinc365.com. Again, that is shop.hsinc365.com. And that's where you can find all of our amazing, incredible products. We also have Summation ink. Our ink comes in 140 milliliter bottles. This is bigger than anyone on the market. Most people will sell you either 170, 127. You get more bang for your buck. And your like shipping for this and a full set of this will probably cost you the same thing as that 70 milliliter or that 100 milliliter one, because priority shipping starts at about $8. And this, no matter what the size is, like up to this size, you're still gonna be paying that $8 for this. So why not get more bang for your buck? Save on your shipping and get the 140 milliliter bottles. You can find all that again on our website, as well as this class that I'm going to talk about today. It's the Essentials of Silhouette Studio, but we're going to focus on talking about tracing. Let's see. Hello. Let's see. I love your videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you are enjoying our videos. All right. So, tracing. What is it? Why am I putting so much emphasis on this? If you want to start any creative business, you're going to need a program to design in. There are a lot of apps and things out there that can aid you. But when you go and you're in front of a computer, you have a mouse and a keyboard. Just designing is a lot easier. Or unless you have an iPad Pro and you have your pencil, it can make it a little bit easier to design on the go on those. But traditionally, people sit down at their computer and design. Silhouette Studio is the program that's used to control the Cameo machines and the Portrait and the Curio and the Mint. But you can consider Silhouette Studio to be a standalone program. You can use the program without the machine. You just can't use the machine without the program. The program operates pretty much like other vector-based programs. Adobe Illustrator, Affinity Designer, Inkscape. Those are all vector-based. Corel Draw. Those are all vector-based programs. And Silhouette Studio has some of the same exact features because you can create things that have paths. What does that mean for you? If you are someone that's looking into getting a laser cutter, whether it is a Glowforge or what's the one Colorful Crafter uses, a Muse, or any other laser cutter or laser printer, you'll need to have a path. That's one of the, especially when you want to cut all the way through, the laser has to have a path that it needs to follow to be able to cut through. You do that in vector-based programs to create paths. If you want to do print and cuts, whether it's with a roll-in, if it's with your actual silhouette, you're going to need a defined cut line. That's where Silhouette Studio and other programs come in. Now, for certain things, programs like Illustrator will kind of sort of pick it up a little bit better, and it gives you, in the finer details of things, it can be a little bit a little easier, or you get better results in programs like Illustrator. But Silhouette Studio has something that none of those other programs have, and that is trace and detach. That's something we're going to tackle tomorrow. Oh my God, I can't take whatever is in my eye. That's something that we're going to tackle tomorrow, trace and detach. And that was one of the things I really grew to love about Silhouette Studio, because I've used Corel Draw, I've used Illustrator. And when you want that outline, it's the way you have to do the trace and then create the stroke around. It's a lot of steps. It's a couple steps to do that. Whereas Silhouette Studio, there is a button to just search the outer edge and then pull it away, and you have your path. I think that is one of the coolest features of Silhouette Studio. And then if you need to just trace certain things out, really, really great for that. Let's say all you have is a PNG. Unfortunately, so many of you go to graphic designers for your logos, and they're going to give you a PNG or JPEG image only, because they've designed it in Photoshop and things like that are bitmap programs. So when you want to go to either cut it from vinyl for a shirt, or you want to sub it to glitter, sub it to Easy Subli, so that you don't have this big box that they gave you around it, you have to know how to trace that out so that you can go and sublimate it without backgrounds on it. Or even if you're not going to cut it, they give it to you and it has this really large box around it. So when you're trying to size it up, the size of the box is what you're measuring and not the size of your actual logo, your actual image. So here's where tracing comes into play, because you trace it and you are able to eliminate that humongous box that's throwing your size off. I spend time in a lot of Facebook groups. And one of the top 10 things like that just drives people crazy is, I don't know what's going on. I'm sizing it, I'm putting this size, but when I print it out, it's the wrong size. It's probably because they still have either a white or an invisible box if it's a PNG. It's literally 2 clicks to be able to eliminate that stress and that headache of having it be printed out wrong. And that's what I am here for. Now, I have plenty of videos on tracing. If you're not able to attend, that's fine. I have a lot of free content. I'm actually going to give you a free tracing demo in this live. The difference between a Facebook or a YouTube video and this class is this is completely interactive. You'll be able to do it with me. When you don't quite understand it, ask questions in real time. If you are one of the lucky people who are able to attend this session live, you will get so much out of it because you can actually get help. How many times have you watched a video, you're trying to trace it, and it's not working, and you're wishing you can ask someone? Then you are forced to go to a group and ask, okay, well, hey, this ain't tracing right. Then they're going to ask you 1,000 different questions because they don't know what all you did. Well, in this, you will be able to trace quite a few images right along with me. I'm going to give you full on instructions on how to trace everything else that's there, and then you will trace them on your own. So I'm going to show you guys, like, this is everything that we're going to do today. All right. This is a lot. It may seem like a lot. I don't want you guys to be intimidated. There's others that's going to look at this and they'll say, that is too much for a beginner's class, too much for an essentials. I will never, ever go and give someone that many. That's going to intimidate them. It's going to scare them. My goal is not to have us do all of these today. By me giving you these, most times, well, my students, they'll say, well, what else can I use to practice on? I'm providing you the ideal images to practice on. I strategically picked each and every one of these images for a specific reason, because you can watch a video and they'll show you how to trace. But when you get your image and it's set up differently, it's like, okay, well, they told me to adjust my threshold. I adjusted to this and this isn't working. Why is it not working? So by me providing all of these strategically chosen images, you'll know what to do for, this should cover at least 93.65% of the basic traces that you will come by. Now, if it goes and it has like colors connecting and you want to do that, I have a video that's coming up. It's going to show you how to, some tips on manual tracing. I shared it with my 30-day students and my academy students because I didn't know if I could do it publicly, but I did get the green light. So I will show you guys how, some things on doing a manual recreate utilizing basic tools in Silhouette Studio. But for like everything that's here can be done even from the free version of Silhouette Studio. I really don't use any of the paid things for tracing. You have like trace by color and magnetic trace. I don't really use any of those. You can do everything that's on this screen right now to be able to trace it. you can do it from the free version of the program. And this weekend, I am showing you how to do that for just $5.56. That's like when you really add up these two classes, you're going to learn all this for $5, under $6. Now, the total course is $83.65. But if you break it down over the 30 days of active classes, active teaching, it comes out to $278 per day. Now, all of these teachings and trainings you can go back to for the next 6 months, the next year. So it makes it a really great value when you think about how much extended education you will have and practice you will have over the next couple of weeks, the next couple of months, because I am not guaranteeing that you will master it in the 30 days. The 30 days will give you everything that you need as long as you go back and practice and practice and practice. You will be able to master the basics of it as long as you put in the work. So I'm not saying in 30 days, but the teachings over these 30 days is everything. And I mean everything you need to learn how to create or just to repurpose designs in Silhouette Studio. Okay. Kamisha, this is not a general live. I did answer your question on the site. Thank you so much. Let's see, where are we? She says, you changed my life with tracing. Tracing and manual tracing have become easier since I joined the academy. And manual tracing is like using your edit points. So all of these are in downloads. So if you guys go to the academy and go to week 2 downloads, all of them are there. They're labeled day 12 and day 13. So just go to week 2 worksheets and they're all there. You'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new worksheets. Okay. All right. So let's go over a little bit of tracing. I'm going to break down for you guys the general, like how tracing like works. All right. I'm going to take my face off. So I created this slider. It's not a part of the worksheet, but I created this. I manually created each part of this. So the way tracing works, Silhouette Studio is colorblind. It doesn't really know a specific color. It knows shades and tones of color. All right. I'm going to make my white box because it's a little bit different too, even with the white box behind it. Uh-oh. Let's go like this and let's put some white and send that to the back. All right. So I'm going to move this. I'm going to move this off to the side real quick. So I'm going to go to trace. I'm going to go select trace area and place my box around here. When it comes to the threshold basically tells the system what percentage, like starting from black, what percentage to kind of like what color range to pick up. So as you can see at 45%, it is picking up on a lot of the darker tones. This purple section, those tones are darker than the blue, the green, and the magenta that's above it. Up here, it's a lot of dark colors. So we put that there. This is where it's picking up at. As you take your threshold down, you will start to eliminate colors, going back to basically trying to capture just black. So as I move back, eventually I'll only have black or basically nothing because it's 0. So if I bring it up a little bit, I'll only have black. Black is one of the best colors to be able to trace in Silhouette Studio. And even when things have color, as long as they're strong black, you'll be able to separate colors. Now, as I go up the threshold, I'm now able to pick up on those lighter colors as I get towards 100%. But what you'll also notice is You cannot isolate colors. If I needed that lighter color, it's also going to account for the darker colors. So sometimes people will take their threshold all the way up and they're wondering like, well, everything went away. I mean, it's not tracing anything out. Your threshold determines what color range it picks up, or like the strength of the color. Now I'm going to put this one here. Let's go 40 back to 45. Actually, I meant to do this and take a screenshot because, all right, you know what? Let's do it like this. This is what I want you to see. Oops. As I start to get into these lighter areas, usually it will pick up kind of differently. Now it wants to act crazy. Hold on. I'm going to make the background of this a little bit darker. Hold on. Hold on. I need it to be a little bit darker. And I'm going to trace it. All right. See the difference in having a white background versus a darker one. Sometimes depending on, I'm sorry, he wants to go outside with his dad, and now they're going to scream and holler. He's going to scream and holler. But because of the darker background, although these are the exact same like color, like the color sliders, there is a darker color behind it. So it's not going to pick up on the fact that these are pink. If I go and I sample that color, or if I go and I pull this apart, it is the same number. So the color of it is exactly the same, the hex code. But because I took the transparency down on it, this is really showing like in these where the transparency is down, those colors are much lighter. So if I put this over it, although they are the same exact colors, the background affects how it picks up. So at 45%, I don't see any of my top ones. Whereas before I did. It's picking up other ranges around it. I don't see any of my lighter one here, but it's picking it up here. It's all because, again, the system does not recognize colors. It recognizes tones and shades of color. All right. So let's take our drip. This is a PNG. And this has an invisible box around it. If I wanted to be able to trace, to be able to do this, let's say like sublimation to glitter, right? All I would have to do, because I don't need the individual pieces, it's already filled in, already colored for me. We're going to simply go to trace, select trace area, place our box. It's going to pick up on the black. It's picked up on some of the magenta, picked up on some of the on the magenta, not the blue. And we're going to go ahead and just go trace and detach. All right, now I'm going to pull this away. Here is that invisible box. And this doesn't change by much, but it does change just a little bit because I didn't have a big box around it. So this says 17.308 by 10.859. This says 17.269 by 8.851. So it just changes just a little bit because we took away some of that extra. But now I have edit points around this and I can cut this out if I needed to. So for regular sublimation, you wouldn't have to really worry about it. You bring it in, you resize it as long as it doesn't have a big box, and you print it out. But when I need to cut, if you're doing stickers, or you want to do the sublimation to glitter, sublimation to glow in the dark, easy sublead, you need a cut line. So by me doing that, I'm going to go like this. This was a cut line before. This is our cut line now. Now, let's say I wanted to actually change the colors, because we have several businesses under the HS Ink line. We have regular HS Ink 365, HS Ink Digital, HS Ink Prints, HS Ink Designs, right? So we're going to go back to Trace, select Trace Area, place our box. It's going to pick up on that magenta, but I don't want that. I want just the black. So I'm going to bring my threshold back, and I have just the black. I'm going to trace it, pull this out, release compound path, and I am now able to change each of these colors to whatever I want it to be. So that's the major difference between like trace and detach. Trace will allow you to make changes and modifications. If I wanted to fill this part in or any part of it in with a pattern, I can do that because it is now a shape. It's a path. Whereas with this one, if I filled it in, it's going to fill in like a big old box. Okay. So that's essentially how tracing works. And now that's like at its core, but what happens when you have the checker backgrounds? What happens if when you have what some people say is a double line? Now, some of these are repeat because they apply to different lessons. So we're going to go through all of this. One of the big ones, when you trace, how to remove the inner parts. We'll spend some time on that one because I constantly still get asked that one, even though I have a really good video on it. That's one of the number one questions that I get, how to remove the inner parts, because they'll just do a trace and detach and they don't do the middle one. So that's going to be a big one. This will also include like releasing compound path, making things a compound path. There's going to be some subtraction in it. There's going to be using your colors. Like the reason why I say this weekend is epic, because it's not just about tracing. You will see a lot of other tools and functions come into play where we have just talked about them in general and their general uses. Now, when you're seeing it applied to something, it's going to make so much more sense. All right. So if you guys have any questions for me about the 30-day challenge, any general ones about tracing, feel free to go ahead and ask them. If not, I'm going to go so I can get something to eat because class starts at 1. I will open up the room a little bit early just to make sure that you guys have found all of your downloads and you are ready to go. You don't have to worry about the download for the one that says day 13. Also, you won't have to worry about the practice. Like it's one I'm challenging you guys. Well, let me see where it is. Recent practice making. I thought that this was a really cool one to add. Where I'm just going to show you guys. Sorry. I took a bite of even Snicker, and now there is what's this stuff called? There is peanuts stuck in my teeth. I thought this was like really, really cool. I see a lot of this file on like Etsy and different places, and some people sell it for like 99 cents. I've seen it and upwards of like $7-8 for the Mickey Mouse with like the sunglasses. Do you know that this is made up of this image? And these are not an SVG pair of glasses. This is like a regular image of glasses. And you can still make this from these two images. So that's going to be their like practice to really hone in, because you have to do some tracing and you have to do some of the other, apply some of the other tools that we have done. So I can't wait to see everyone create their own Mickey with some shades and then even change up the shades. So this is an additional, like a bonus practice, because I want to see you guys make this yourself. So this is also included for you guys. Where do you sign up for the challenge? The direct link is in the description. The link is in the description of this video, but you can click on the link I just put in the comment section, or go straight to our website, shop.hsinc365.com. And once you're over there, it says Essentials to Silhouette Studio. And that's where you can sign up. Now, once you sign up, please be sure to check, give it a little minute, check your spam, check your promotions, check your all mail. If you have never, ever, ever attended or taken any of my classes, you purchase it there, but it is going to, like, here is where you access your classes thereafter. So this is the site, learn.365creativeacademy.com. is where all the classes are at your plate, like the links for your playbacks, access to the exclusive Facebook group. You'll find all of that here. When you go to your dashboard, you will see the course, and you're going to start course, or so you're just going to start course, and okay, you can't see anything from here. All of your downloads are here. The playbacks for the YouTube, the Facebook group access, I can't click on that because then y'all see stuff you ain't got no business seeing. But everything is here. All the stuff that you will need. I can click on the downloads because that doesn't really show you anything other than that there are downloads there. So when you're downloading, you should look like this, not like, if you go overview, you'll see this. This is not going to give you access to the downloads. Okay. So you have to actually go into it. So if you end up on this page, just hit resume course. Now, you're going to get an email. So you'll get your confirmation one. You're also going to get an email that is from the Academy site. If you're brand new and you don't have an account, do not go to the Academy site and try to sign up with a different email. It's going to tell you, or sign up with your email. It's going to tell you that email is already in use. It's just not activated. So a lot of people will see that, go and choose like one of their other emails to sign up, and then they can't find the course. You're going to get an email. It is going to come from, it might still say Siloholics Anonymous Academy, because for some reason, everything has not switched over yet. And that is going to be your express login email. You'll click on that. It'll take you to the site. It'll have you set your password. And then that is the password that you will use whenever you need to come back to the Academy site to get access to any of the classes that you take from us. So you're able to buy them on the shop site. That way you can use Sezzle, you can use your rewards points, you can use gift cards. All of those options are not on the Academy site, even though you might see some of the classes there. You can only use your gift cards, your rewards points, and Sezzle over on the shop site, but it's connected, and all of your classes that you purchase from there will be on the Academy account with the same exact email. The email that you use on the shop is the email for the Academy, but you must go through that second email, check your spam, check your promotions for it. It has started already, but you have unlimited access to the playbacks. It runs from March 1st through March 30th. Everything else has been like, all the other classes have been a lot of foundational stuff. But you have access to all of the playbacks. There is like what I call like our immediate playbacks, but we are working to get all the broken down playbacks that we can go just to the section that you want. To be honest, that may not happen until after the 30 days because it's a lot of classes to go through. And I break them up into a lot of sections, so that the broken up part may not be available until after the 30 days, but the immediate playbacks are available. And as I instructed them, if you want to be able to come back to a specific part, when you go back to watch it, write down that timestamp in the comments. That way you can click on it and go right back to it. Do you have a class or video on how to sell digital files, like how to size it? What do you mean by how to size it? You make it whatever size you want it to be, like your final one. There is no set size for it. A lot of people, when it comes to SVGs, some designers will just make it fit a 12 by 12. Like they'll make their mat 12 by 12 and they'll make it fit to that. Some people will do, it comes in really small. They'll probably make it fit to like 8.5 for 8.5-inch wide paper. There is no set size. When you're selling an SVG, it's scalable vector graphic. It will not lose its, it won't lose its, it won't distort. It won't lose its resolution. There we go. Just by stretching it. So you can make it whatever size you want. There is no set size. It is up. It was just that I hadn't put it on the playlist, but it's up. It's on the playlist. It is now active on the playlist. All right. Any other questions for me? Who on here struggles with tracing? Is there anyone on here who feels like they struggle so much with tracing? And you feel like you're just not going to get it? Well, you're in the class, so you'll learn this weekend. Someone who struggles who's not in the class. Make sure you bring that question up. If you have it on your screen, like your computer, and want me to see, I can look and see maybe it's how you traced it or what you chose as far as cut versus cut edge. So bring that question to the session at 1. All right. So Kimberly Mildred said, me. What is your biggest struggle though? What part of tracing don't you understand? Sometimes I have an issue with tracing the image and the threshold can't grasp the light colors. So it will, but it's also going to grasp the darker colors. You cannot separate those. So what you'll have to do is do multiple traces. That's a little bit beyond the basics, but when it comes to those, you have to do it in sections. It takes multiple traces to get all of those parts. Or you, depending on if like what type of shape it is, you might be able to recreate it using like drawing shapes with your polygon or your curve, and then using functions like cropping or subtracting and things like that. When I trace, it doesn't grab all of the image. Are you trying to do a regular trace or a trace and detach? Are the colors that you're doing, are they light? Silhouette Studio does not trace white. It does not trace white. So if it's very, very, very light or like it's white, it's not going to pick that up. Yeah, Silhouette doesn't trace white. So you would have to do other things such as put a, are you trying to create like a template? So you're saying when it says tracing, you took a picture of it. If that's the case, did you take it on a light background? Take it on, either take a picture or scan it with a dark background to it. Templates is day, hold on. I have to switch this to a different one. So that's going to change. Hold on. Let's go here. Because templates is day, nope, not that one. That is, I picked the wrong one. Brand, week 2, week 3. Oh, I'm missing week 4. I am missing week 4. It's actually on week 4. Let me grab, I don't know how I missed that one. I have week one, week 2, week 3, and week 5. I don't know how I missed week 4. All right, so week 3, week 4. There we go. So we're going to create some templates, basic ones, from being able, like from a scan or from a picture, how to create basic templates, and then like understanding measurements. Like if it's something that you just need a box for, like a 20-ounce tumbler, how to find your center points and things on those. So that's on the 27th. If you would like to join to be able to help you with making templates. Again, this all depends on the image that you are tracing. Okay. If the image has a lot of like small pieces and you're you have to, some people go in their threshold and it's picking up on like a lot of small pieces, and they hit trace and then you go to release, it's all these small ones. Something like that, you're going to have to do multiple traces. Like trace it and take your threshold to where it has minimal parts to it, and then go up. But this stems from, I'll be perfectly honest, when you don't understand how tracing works, you go to now try and do these more advanced ones, and you have not fully understood how tracing works, then it's like that part becomes frustrating. So it might be that you need to join us and understand the basics of it. A lot of people also have struggles with trying to trace things with glitter. All of these logos, I went back to, I'm going to go back to that one. All these logos people are making, they got all this glitter and sparkle, and they got like a little highlight, and then you go to trace it, and you're wondering why you got a big old gap in your logo because Silhouette does not trace white, and your designer gave you this logo, and they, they're thinking they're making it look bomb.com, and they put this little sparkle on it. Now you need to use it and you can't trace it. Well, you can trace it, but you're not going to get that full on white because it needs to be a straight line. Now, what that comes in as far as fixing that part is your edit points. Edit points is next weekend. We go 2 days of straight up edit points next weekend. So maybe this is something that you need so that you are able to do those types of images. And if you join class, one of the images that you had issues with, you might be selected as one to share your screen and share that image, and I can show you how to properly trace it. Edit points is next weekend. Join us. I must say your edit point game is top notch. Thank you. Make sure you hit refresh. If you had it open, just hit refresh. I just showed it. It's definitely there. I literally just showed it. So here, I'm going to go to my dashboard. I'm going to go start course. I'm going to go to downloads. I'm going to go to week 2, and all of those are there. I previously purchased the essentials of Silhouette Studio for the beginners, and then and the tracing course. Do they cover the same material as your current program? Technically, yes. This is Essentials to Silhouette Studio 2022. Instead of doing it in that really, really long, just like one time 5-hour class, we broke it up over the course of 30 days and then added a little bit of extra in it because when I did the other one, I just showed tracing. It wasn't where you guys could do the tracing with me because I was trying to like breathe through it. So we weren't there for 12 hours. This is technically over. Some of the classes have gone over an hour, but ideally it was supposed to be an hour during the weekday. So that would be, and you've got every day, that's like 30 days. But then we had last weekend, this weekend, next weekend. So I want to say, how many different weekends do we have of, so week 1 had weekends 2, 3, 4. So yeah, there's 4 weekends. So if we add another hour, that's like, another 4 hours. So that's like 34, but some of them go over. We had a couple of them that was like 2 hours. So let's say about 4. I'm going to say I'm going to round it off, depending on how many questions, you're going to get about 40 hours. 5 hours, 40 hours. Big difference as far as instructional time. So it's 30 days. It runs from March 1st. So this was the first week lineup. And a lot of it is foundational stuff. So you can go back and review this at any time. I don't want you guys to feel like you're missing out on something if you did not get on day one. You have unlimited access to this. I don't take it away after like a week, a month. You can watch this from now until the end of the year and then work at your own pace. It will be available after 30 days. You just won't be able to experience the live classes. So it started March 1st. It ends on March 30th. This will not happen again because this was a lot. This was a lot. So I doubt that I will do this again until 2022 because I have a level 2 of this that's coming in June. Where I'm not going over any of this foundational basic stuff. We're going to get into that nitty gritty of learning how to do a multicolor trace and to do multiple traces to accomplish something. We're going to go through like some of the designs I go through with my master's class. We're going to go through some more complex templates and things like that. So level 2 of this in June. And I purposely did it to where those who are on in March, if they want to join the one in June, they can. And they would have some foundational stuff. So they've had some time to play around in it. So this, again, may not come around until next year. The past 3 years, I've done this as a single day class. It's the first time that I'm doing this as a 30-day. And for that price, it is unheard of. People host single day classes for $99 plus. You're getting 30 days of classes for $83.65. Please go back to I had not put it on the playlist. Sometimes it'll be immediately, sometimes it will not be. Depends on what's going on. So that class, we kind of got a late start because I had some stuff going on. So when I hit go live, I just hit go live. I did not get a chance to put it in the playlist. And then I had other things to do. But if you go check now, class 11 is in the playbacks. But yeah, so where am I at? Not that one. So that was week 1. We're now in week 2. So we've gone over a lot of foundational stuff. Week 3, which, yeah, that is right. And alarm, yep, edit points. Week 4. At the end of week 4 is where we start to design. And then week 5, which is a few days, the 28th, we will have 2 sessions. I know a lot of people can't attend the live sessions at 11 a.m. Hopefully you guys are reviewing them because the 28th will have a Q&A and review in the evening. That way you can ask any questions from any of the lessons that we've done on that day if you haven't been able to attend live. And then maybe we can go through some of those things live with you on there so that you can follow along and ask questions. Enjoying and loving the classes and definitely learning new things. I have students that said they've been using Silhouette Studio for years and they're like, wait a minute, I remember seeing this tool. I've never done that. I've never known that. Known how to do that. I've made students love the center of rotation. It is like, for some, it's the most annoying tool ever. They love center of rotation. The text to path, I think they grew to love the crosshairs. And someone else said she hated with the rulers and she'd go up far and then bring down the guideline. Now she knows what it's for. Now it's not so bad. And I taught them how to easily turn it on and off. So some of the things that probably annoy you, once you really learn how to use it, they'll become your best friend. All right, y'all know for real, I got to go because it's almost 1 o'clock and I need to get something in my system. I'm about to try and run the Wawa's and get me a frappe because they still owe me from yesterday. All right, y'all, I got to go. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity. Be incredible. Hold on, I'm looking for my banner so I can properly close out. There we go. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. And hopefully, I will see you guys this weekend or in one of the sessions during the next 30 days. You also get access to an exclusive Facebook group, so you do have help thereafter. All right. All right, guys. Until next time, peace.